I will destroy you and everything you stand for.
I am scared of what she is capable of.
In the middle of the ocean, a ship crew uses a crane to pull up an ancient Iron Maiden that's been buried underwater for 500 years. As Discord watches closely, her men open the device, only to discover Quinn inside, miraculously alive. It turns out she's immortal and has survived through the centuries. Meanwhile, in Croatia, a group of immortal mercenaries is on a mission to stop a dangerous arms dealer. Andy, who lost her immortality 6 months ago, still fights alongside her ageless friends. The team keeps watch over the dealer's mansion, waiting for the right moment to strike. When a guard wanders off to relieve himself, Andy and ex-CIA agent James quietly take him down. Elsewhere, Nikki and Joe sneak through the garden, engaging 2 more guards. When one enemy pulls a knife, Joe loses his thumb in the scuffle, but it instantly heals and reattaches. Enraged, he stabs the attacker and finishes the fight. To draw attention, the couple fires into the air, steals 2 cars, and lures more guards out of the house. Their distraction allows Andy and James to slip inside unnoticed, but soon, more enemies appear, forcing the duo to take cover. Andy spots a sword hanging on the wall, grabs it, and swiftly cuts down every guard in her path. She then loops around the building, bursting through another door to ambush more men from behind. At the same time, Neil, a former Marine, arrives on a boat behind the mansion and opens fire. The boat crashes onto the stairs, and she continues the assault on foot, shooting down anyone in her way. When she's hit in the neck, the wound heals in seconds, proof of her immortality. Inside, Andy and James fight fiercely as waves of enemies keep coming. They use guns, blades, and bare fists to survive. Then Neil climbs a wall, grabs a flagpole, and swings across the balcony, smashing through a window to join her teammates. Together, they take down the last guard standing. Meanwhile, on the mountain road, Joe and Nikki's car chase continues. They trade gunfire with pursuing guards, killing several. When their cars align, Nikki crawls out through the window to get to Joe's side, but an enemy vehicle crashes into them, breaking Joe's leg. The same crash sends the enemy off the cliff. Nikki's leg heals instantly, and he kicks away the last few attackers before jumping back in the car. Just as they think they're clear, another vehicle rams them from the side, sending their car off the road and into the sea. The heroes climb out of the wreck and swim to the shore, ready to face whatever comes next. Back at the house, the 3 head upstairs, taking out guards one by one until they find the arms dealer. With only a few shots, they send him falling over the balcony to his death. Before leaving, Neil grabs a spear from his collection as a keepsake. Later that evening, James gets a call from a CIA friend who tells him they killed the wrong man, just one of the dealer's underlings, not the leader. The real target is someone called Discord, and James receives a security photo confirming it. Neil is shocked. She recognizes Discord from her dreams, where she saw her in a library killing a man and stealing his books. The next day in Paris, Booker has been drowning his sorrows in alcohol ever since Andy threw him out for betraying the team. When he returns home, he finds his door open and draws his gun. Inside waits Quinn, who quickly has him captured by one of her men. Booker is taken to a beach house, where Quinn scolds him for being so easy to find. She questions him about Andy's whereabouts, but Booker swears he doesn't know. Quinn, furious, admits she thought Andy had been trapped like her, but instead, Andy's been living freely, while Quinn suffered alone. Meanwhile, the rest of the team takes some time apart. In France, Joe tells Nikki he needs a little space. Nikki agrees, but suspects something's off. He takes Neil and follows Joe, eventually finding him downtown delivering groceries to Booker. Nikki confronts Joe, angry that he's helping a traitor. Their argument stops when Neil returns from checking Booker's apartment, where she found blood splattered across the walls and floor, but no sign of him. Elsewhere in Korea, Andy and James visit Tua, another immortal who once refused to join their group. Andy believes he's the man from Neil's dream and asks for answers. Tua takes them to his underground library, where he keeps records of all immortals. Several books are missing, confirming Neil's vision was real. Tua explains they were stolen by Discord, the first immortal. Tua tells them he and Discord were once close. They even witnessed Andy and Quinn's capture centuries ago by religious fanatics. Tua begged to help them, but Discord refused and walked away. He managed to rescue Andy, but Quinn had already been thrown into the sea. Discord went into hiding, using the centuries to build power and wealth as protection from humanity's cruelty, which explains her work with arms dealers. Tua doesn't know why she's resurfaced now, but the missing books contain the history of Andy's team. Andy admits she's lost her immortality, and fears Discord already knows. Hours later, they return to their safe house. Tua meets the others, and they share what they've learned. Suddenly, Joe gets a call from Booker, asking to meet. Joe and Nikki pick him up and bring him back, though no one is pleased to see him. Booker tells Andy that Quinn is alive and hands her a letter from her. In it, Quinn asks Andy to meet her at their old secret place. Without hesitation, Andy rushes to leave, but Neil insists on coming along, and Andy finally agrees. Inside the house, Booker tries to be friendly, but Nikki reminds everyone that they still can't be sure he won't betray them again. During the journey, Andy remembers the painful day she lost Quinn. The place had been burning, and in her rage, she almost killed an innocent man. Only the memory of her lost love stopped her. Later, at a gas station bathroom, Andy admits she's scared that Quinn might not like who she's become. Niall is worried because she has never seen Andy so nervous or uncertain before. The next day in Italy, Andy finally meets Quinn while Niall watches from a distance. Andy apologizes for failing her, explaining that she did search for Quinn, but the ocean was too vast to find her. When Andy asks Quinn to rejoin the team, Quinn refuses. She no longer wants to fight for humanity after all the pain they caused her. Realizing Andy won't abandon her friends, Quinn turns away. Andy follows her and tells Niall to stay back. At that moment, Niall spots Discord leaving a nearby building. Andy tries to stop Quinn, but Quinn defends herself, and they end up fighting in an alley, even though Andy insists she doesn't want to hurt her. Both women are incredible fighters, using their surroundings to their advantage. After a fierce exchange of blows, Niall interrupts to warn them that Discord is right behind them. Discord only smiles and walks away, prompting Niall to follow her. When Quinn mentions Niall's name, Andy realizes Discord must have rescued her, meaning the two are now allies. The fight between Andy and Quinn starts again, and in the struggle, Quinn rips off Andy's necklace, the same one Andy had once given her as a token of love. Quinn runs off, and though Andy chases her through the city streets, she loses her in the crowd. Meanwhile, Niall tracks Discord into an old church. Discord claims she was present when Jesus was crucified and mocks Andy's team for defending humanity after everything they've suffered. She reveals that she and Niall share a mysterious bond, proven by the identical birthmarks on their arms. According to her, Niall will be the last immortal. After dropping that cryptic hint, Discord disappears. Back at the safe house, the team gathers to discuss what happened but feels lost about their next move. Andy reflects on the day she gave Quinn the necklace, mourning the love and peace she's lost. Tua asks Booker if Niall has ever harmed Andy. Booker explains that when they first met, they fought, and Niall actually stabbed her. Tua recalls an ancient legend saying that Niall might have the power to take away immortality itself. He warns that Discord could be planning to use Niall to eliminate all immortals. He also explains that if an immortal is wounded by Niall, they can choose to pass on their immortality to someone else before losing it completely. The next morning, Booker offers to leave, but Andy lets him stay, recognizing the danger they're in. Booker admits he sometimes wishes for a real end to his life, to know what it feels like to have an expiration date. Elsewhere, at an airport, Discord continues to twist Quinn's emotions, fueling her anger toward Andy's team. Quinn confesses she wants revenge on humanity, and Discord eagerly agrees. Soon after, a truck races toward a nuclear facility in Indonesia. Guards open fire, but the vehicle doesn't stop. It crashes through the gates and explodes, setting off a violent chain of events yet to come. The men assume the driver has been killed, but it turns out to be Quinn, alive and recovering quickly. She takes one of the guards hostage to cause a distraction, giving Discord's henchmen the chance to ambush and eliminate the rest from behind. Soon after, the group crashes more vehicles into the main building, causing chaos and panic among the employees. As Quinn moves deeper into the facility, the guards continue to fall under the henchmen's attack. Meanwhile, Booker watches Niall training outside and challenges her to a sparring match. Tua notices their similar fighting styles and joins in. The three engage in a fast, intense fight that highlights their impressive combat skills. During the match, Niall accidentally cuts Booker's arm and apologizes, but everyone brushes it off. Later, Booker secretly shows Tua that his wound isn't healing, proving he's no longer immortal. He asks her to keep it from Andy. Soon after, James calls everyone together. He's received footage from the nuclear plant showing Quinn's team taking control and placing a bomb in the core. They all know it's likely a trap, but with a nuclear threat at stake, they have no choice but to act. In a private moment, Joe admits to Nikki that he's scared, and they reassure each other with the thought that their love is everlasting. Hours later, the team rides to the nuclear plant on their bikes. James stays outside, guiding them through the building via earpieces. Inside, they discover smaller bombs planted throughout. Suddenly, they're surrounded by henchmen. Because they're close to the explosives, nobody dares use guns, and a brutal hand-to-hand fight breaks out. The team uses martial arts, knives, swords, and axes to take down enemies. The henchmen aren't as skilled but move fast enough to separate them. During the fight, a stray shot triggers an explosion that sends Nikki falling off a catwalk. He's badly hurt but recovers quickly. Tua, Nikki, and Joe push forward and reach a corridor where another explosion slows them briefly. They make it to the control room but are quickly surrounded again. After a fierce fight, they defeat the attackers, only to be trapped when the doors lock behind them. Liquid nitrogen floods the room, instantly freezing the three men. Soon after, more henchmen arrive to collect their frozen bodies in bags. In the core chamber, Andy is ambushed by two guards who bring her down with a taser. Niall tries to reach her by jumping across a dangerous gap, but the pipe she's holding breaks, and she falls under the collapsing debris. Enraged, Andy overpowers her captors, but when she looks down, Niall is nowhere to be seen. Outside, James spots several men nearby and rushes out with his gun. He starts shooting, but there are too many of them, and he's quickly overpowered and captured. Meanwhile, Andy grows anxious when no one answers her calls. Suddenly, a group of men ambushes her and pins her to the floor. Just as things look dire, Booker appears and takes them down with his axe. A small explosion then blocks the main exit, forcing the two to find another way out. Andy realizes that Discord is controlling the security system, so she destroys the cameras. Booker, meanwhile, notices her injuries healing on their own and tells her that he's transferred his immortality to her. As they move through another hallway, they take down more enemies, but Andy gets hurt again. When she sees her wound heal instantly, she finally believes Booker's claim. More attackers close in, so Booker runs ahead and seals the door behind him, staying behind to hold off the enemies and buy Andy time to continue her mission. Andy desperately tries to reopen the door but fails. Booker is shot several times, yet he keeps fighting until he kills everyone before finally collapsing. Meanwhile, Neil crawls out of the wreckage and reaches the core, where she finds Quinn. Neil tries to warn Quinn that Discord is manipulating her, but Quinn refuses to listen and attacks. The two women fight fiercely until Neil lands a deep slash across Quinn's stomach, taking away her immortality. Shocked, Quinn looks at her wound as Discord appears and stabs Neil from behind, knocking her out. Discord's men then carry Neil's body away. With the rest of the team defeated, a door unlocks, allowing Andy to continue searching. She soon discovers the main bomb, and Quinn sitting beside it, holding the detonator. They exchange emotional words about their shared past and the people they've become. Moved by Andy's words, Quinn decides not to trigger the bomb. Noticing Quinn isn't healing, Andy hears a strange noise outside and runs out. She sees two helicopters lifting off, carrying the bodies of her team. Andy leaps and smashes through one helicopter's window with her axe, clinging onto it. The pilot tries to shake her off, flying in circles, but Andy keeps climbing toward the cockpit. During the struggle, the rotor blades scrape against the walls. One pilot opens fire, hitting Andy and sending her tumbling back down onto the facility. It takes her a few minutes to heal, during which one helicopter escapes. The other returns with Discord aboard. Discord gestures for Andy to join her, but Andy jumps again, dragging Discord out of the aircraft. They crash to the ground and face each other in a brutal sword fight. Both women are highly skilled, landing several blows. During a close grapple, Andy realizes Discord's wounds aren't healing, she's no longer immortal. Discord reveals that her true goal was to capture the team so she could transfer Neil's immortality to herself. The battle rages on until Discord gains the upper hand and drives her sword through Andy's torso, leaving her wounded on the ground. As Discord escapes in the helicopter, Andy vows to rescue her friends. Later, Andy searches Tua's library for clues but finds nothing. She tends to Quinn's injuries, and the two reconcile. In the end, they gear up once more, ready to join forces and bring down Discord together. If you enjoyed this The Old Guard 2 movie's full recap, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.